Hello everyone and welcome back to Breaklight Productions. My name is Curtis Lambert and today we're reacting to Shrine of Malice, Angel of Hatred. I love Shrine of Malice. I've listened to them for a very long time, so super keen to jump into this. Let's give it a crack. Ooh, nice backlight. Lots of haze as well. God, I love his vocals so much. Nice overlays. God, so cool already. Look at the highlights on him. Whoa. Hell yeah. Awesome. Good energy from the camera as well. Lots of moving and shakiness to it. Loving the backlight though. And obviously there's a shit ton of haze in there as well. Like, that's why you're getting so much flood from that backlight. Oh, cool transition. Ah, hell yeah. Awesome. Loving the editing as well. It's keeping it energetic and also like cutting to the beat. Super well done. And I love that the general tempo of the editing and camera work has like increased as the tempo of the song has increased. Here we go. Hell yeah. Ooh. Loving the spiral transitions. Really cool use of it. Ooh. Hell yeah. Those vocals, man. Here we go. Ooh, nice. Hell yeah. I love that they also seem to be turning lights on and off during the takes as well. Like, you'll see that it's almost, it might be on like a flicker setting or something, which is really cool. And again, like, purely performance here. Like, there's no B-roll that they're cutting with, which is, like, you know, I know people love their narratives and B-roll stuff, but, like, it's really cool just seeing, like, pure performance sometimes. Awesome. Fuck yeah, let's talk about it. All right. So yeah, really, like I was saying, like, really simple, pure performance driven music video, which I know we've seen a few times on this channel. Like, it's nothing new, especially for the heavy metal genre, but like, it is such a great, as I say every time, you've got to be able to execute exciting performance stuff before you can really tackle the bigger things. You know, because there is a lot of effort that goes into, like, getting the movements right and getting the edits right and stuff. Like, it doesn't really, like, how do I describe it? Like, you have to, every genre has a way of doing it, and if you're not familiar with a particular genre or whatever, you are going to struggle at first. Because, for example, like, I know we've seen it once or twice, but it's really hard to make a heavy metal music video feel energetic if it's static on a tripod. You know, you need it to be moving, you need it to be, you know, doing weird Dutch angles and, like, pushing in, pulling out, you know, all of that stuff. That's, like, key to, that's sort of like the basics of doing a heavy metal, like, performance music video. It's the same with, like, if you said, like, K-pop, you'd want push ins and pull outs that are super smooth, not shaky, and, like, lots of, like, timing camera movements to particular choreography and stuff like that is essential. If you're doing, like, slower, like, country music or whatever, you got to be able to really get those, like, smooth push-ins and really beautiful, like, coming around and doing 180s and stuff like that. Like, every genre has its sort of, like, its norm, if you want to call it that. And so understanding the norms of the music that you're making a video for is, like, pretty important. Like, you want to be able to understand the basics before you try different, you know. So yeah, really, really cool. I love the color palette, like the orange with teal. It's a great look. We've seen it done in a bunch of music videos before. You can't go wrong with it. Awesome. But what I also like is that they really rely on the shadows as well. Like, I love this whole part where he's on the ground looking up, because, like, so much of him is shadow, and yet because of, I presume, the top light, you get an eye light on him, and that's the only way you can really, like, tell in some of those moments what's going on, is you see his eyes. Like, eye lights, super, super important. In terms of, like, lighting in general, we've got lots of fucking haze. Like, don't get me wrong about that, but it seems to be a consistent backlight that is then also helped by front lights and potentially a top light that seem to, like, be on a flicker setting, or at least, like, slowly turning off and on, which, yeah, is awesome, because you get these sort of, like, these almost flickering flames, if you will, that, yeah, just add, again, an extra layer of movement to it all. There's obviously also the blue itself, which seems to be a consistent front light. Location, pretty simple. It seems to just be basically a shed. Again, that's like works well because you know, you've in an enclosed space, it's going to be completely dark in there, so you've basically got full control of the lighting. Now, what I would have liked to have seen done a little bit differently is that I would have loved them to have wet the floor. Like, just doesn't have to be soaking, doesn't have to be puddles, but just throw a light sprinkle over that concreted floor, because as we've seen in music videos, that light will actually travel along the floor because of the reflections and stuff, and I feel like that would have added an extra layer of just like of effect to the overall production. But again, that's something you often don't think about. Like, when you get in a location like that, you often set up your lights and you're like, okay, cool, that looks great. You don't then think like, oh, what if we get a hose and wet the floor, you know? But something to always keep in the back of your head. What else can we talk about? Camera and editing, like, again, nothing I can super like, you know, write home about, but it executes its job perfectly. Like, it gets both the editing and the camera work get more chaotic when it gets faster, and then they slow down for the slower parts. And I know that sounds obvious. I know you probably hear that and go, well, fucking duh, of course you would do that. But when you actually jump into an edit, it's really easy to sort of lose sense of those tempo changes and just be like, in like a, you know, cut, you sort of lose the like, wait, it's slowed down. Maybe I'll start like doing these other things. And we see them also using effects more in those tempo changes as well, where they start, you know, doing the distortion and overlay and stuff like that, and the sort of swirls and stuff. I love the spiral transitions. It works really well because of the chaoticness of the shots, because they're in moments where you can't really 100% tell what's going on. Throwing in that spiral transition works so well. We've also got a lot of artificial grain over the top. Great use, because even though, like, without a doubt, there is YouTube compression in the video, it's hidden by the artificial grain that's over the top. So yeah, super cool. Yeah, I think that's all I really have to like urgently talk about. Like, everything else is pretty cut and dry, but that's not a bad thing. Like, that's good. Like, execute simple ideas well and you will never run out of clients. Like, you know, it's the people who try to bite off more than they can chew who often, you know, end up, you know, falling short and being like, oh, fuck, I don't have any clients. So, yeah, always take basic ideas and excel in them, you know. Yeah, all in all, great music video. Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.